Yes.
And then boom up. It's like they had nothing to
Take it
pick
all
up
in and
water and
right,
store
to
it.
do it fast
So
enough.
okay, complain about drought and dryness and water usage.
Come up with a solution.
But how about sanitary
Your infrastructure, like obviously you have
Make a
all these
reservoir.
millions of dollars coming in, and yet your sewer system really sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, you,
Swallow the water.
Build a few reservoirs for that.
Yeah.
right.
Yep. No, why would we do that?
So yeah, I mean, I get real. I just found that out. Water. So, I'm concerned about that.
Where out west?
And it's not quite as bad.
Although I asked,
But
Right. And when time comes, it'll be too late. You're not thinking 30 years ahead.
so we're going to be able to president. He's going to get some guy from the county.
Oh, yeah.
other places they told you,
Don't take it personally. Don't take it personally. You seriously?
I went out in the winter.
It should be pretty routine.
Yeah. I go, it's setting up a meeting. There's nothing doing it. It's like,
Did you see my note to UPRR?
8 years ago, we went skiing.
No, but I think it's data request for the easement, so we're not
We went
really.
in February. I've never seen snow like that in my life. It snowed probably a foot and a half every day we were there. It's insane. Their base, their
So she
average
said,
snowfall
have your
where we're
surveyor
at is
grant us an easement.
550
No, we're not granting you an easement. You guys are going to tell us
And they always
what it
get,
looks like,
that's
what areas
happening.
involved, what rights.
Every year, yeah. It goes somewhere. When it melts, it's
Oh
gotta
yeah,
go
it runs
somewhere.
down into the rivers and valleys and yeah, it's crazy. So you're sitting on top of the house, higher than the house. It's snow.
good evening. I'd like to call the village board meeting for the Village of Cary for June 6, 2023 to order with roll call, please.
Weinhammer? Here. Dudek?
Here.
Stefani?
Here.
Walrath?
Here.
McAlpine? Here. Collier?
Here.
Thank you. Would you please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance? Thank you. Now we'll move to the open forum where the public is invited to make an issue-oriented comment on any matter of public concern not otherwise on the agenda. I have two people sign in. Renee Marin. Did you want to address the village board? Did you want to please come up to the microphone and state your name and address for the record, please?
No,
No, there was just a couple of people from the Arlington Club that wanted to talk about the TIF.
Well, we're not going to be talking about the TIF tonight. It's not on the agenda. We will be having a public hearing about that in the coming weeks. Just watch our agendas to come out. Brian, do you know when that's scheduled?
The 18th.
July 18th. We'll be talking about that. But right now, if you want to make a comment about it, you're free to do that. But the village board will not be discussing this. So my advice to you would be to come back and talk to us during that. Or in the meantime, be happy to meet with you and staff to discuss your concerns. Or that there seems to be a lot of misinformation that's out there. We want to make sure that everybody has the right information about why we're considering this, what are some of the obstacles that we're looking at, and the benefits to the process. So happy to talk to you about it, but we're not going to have a discussion about it tonight.
Okay, my only concern was, we did already have a discussion with Brian.
Okay.
So is that who you were referring to?
Brian,
Who you
yeah,
had a
he's the
discussion
guy,
with?
yeah.
Okay, and then there's no way to get out of the TIF area?
No.
Okay, thank you.
Sure.
I just wanted to say something. So since you took the time to come here, was there something you wanted to have put in to the public
I did-
comments?
Well, you know what, we were not in the TIF area. The Arlington Club was not in the TIF area up until, like, from the very beginning of last year, and then all of a sudden it appeared into the TIF area. So that was just my concern, like, why was it all of a sudden included into the TIF?
Well,
And-
well, we can
Yeah.
discuss that,
Okay,
the logistics of it, because when the consultant, when we first started looking at the original parameters of it, and they got the consultants involved to see which areas would be affected. Your particular area, it's not, everybody thinks we're going to enact eminent domain on all these buildings. That's not what's going to happen here. If anything, it's going to help you. It'll help the development in areas to help you improve your properties and that type of thing. But we are not looking to invoke eminent domain on any building. If you are a private property owner and you want to talk to a developer and you want to develop your property in a TIF, then we can have that discussion. But this village board is not going to say, we're going to take your property. There seems a lot of misinformation out there about that, so
Okay.
do not worry about that.
And I think it's good that you do come up here so that whatever you do state can go into the minutes of the board meeting. So
Okay.
thank you for coming in and
All right, great, thank you.
stating anything.
Thanks. I'm assuming, Nancy, you were here for the same thing? Okay. Did you want to address the board? Would you please come up to the podium and state your name and address, please?
I just have some questions about the TIF, and I just like to present the information to you, and maybe at the 18th meeting, I'll get the feedback.
Okay. Or if you want to come in, you can absolutely state it right now, but state your questions, and we can get you the answers in the meantime, because that's a ways away for right
Okay.
now, and I want to make sure that you get the answers.
All
So
right, this
please let
is-
us know what your questions are.
Okay, I'm Nancy Campbell, I'm 86 years old. I've been a resident of Cary since 1958. I live at the Arlington Club, which is located at Route 14 and Fox River. It's a small group of homes, 16 homes, with a private road, no outlet. If you look at the TIF map that you've provided for us here, you look at it and you would think that's a vacant parcel there. There's no indication that there's any buildings or homes or anything. There's a small group of homes with no outlet road located off of Route 14 and 2nd Street. It includes Ross, Cherry Streets, and they're excluded from the TIF. And why are they excluded from the TIF? I'd like to know why that area. It's very similar to the Arlington Club. And the definition that I have of the very short one of the TIF is it's a tax increment financing. It's a public financing method used for a subsidy for redevelopment, infrastructure, and other community improvement projects in many countries. How does that affect us? I mean, why, what would that relate to the Arlington Club? We are just a group of homes that.
Right, but when you look at the entire TIF, this is getting into a lot more than what we would
Yeah,
normally
I
get into right now.
realize.
I would love for you to come in and sit down and talk with us, and we can lay it all out for you. It's quite lengthy in the explanation, and I want to make sure that you're given the right information. We could sit down with our staff, and you can get the answers to it. It's the long and short of it. The TIF is a geographical area that would be up for redevelopment. Like you look along all of Route 14, the Selkie property, some of the other blighted properties that we have going up and down Route 14.
We're not even on 14.
Pardon me?
We're not even.
I know, but we can get into that when we sit down and talk. But when you look at the entire size of the TIF and what development opportunities we have, it will benefit the entire community. We're not looking at any particular area. We're looking at a large geographical area. It actually affects 252, 253 parcels in our community.
And
It's
why
rough.
is that little area, Second, Ross, and Cherry Street, why are they excluded? Why are they not included?
We'd love for you to sit down and
Okay,
talk
I-
with staff
I will
about
be
that.
back the 18th.
No. I have your phone number here. We will reach out to you and invite you in to give you all the answers that you need. But I would invite you to have your neighbors come in the 18th.
Well, yes.
We'll get you the answers. I believe the answers that we will supply to you before that will solve any of the concerns that you have. We're not going in there and tearing anything down. I get asked that all the time. Why are we tearing down all these buildings? We are not. We are not tearing down any buildings. And I just want to make sure that people know that.
From my
It's an economic development tool that municipalities
Right,
have.
To encourage
To encourage,
improvement in the community.
correct.
Well, we don't need that. We
Well,
are,
by being part of that, they're not looking at, they wouldn't be looking at yours, they look at a geographical area. Our consultant said that this is something that would benefit the entire community.
okay, but once again, I'd like to know why that little area, it's same as we are, and why is that excluded and we are not?
Okay. I will give you a call, Nancy, and we would sit down and talk.
Thank you.
Thank you. Is there anybody else here who would like to address the village board? We'll go ahead and close open forum at 6:09. Thank you. A couple things I might report this evening. We have an anniversary for our Public Works Department. Our assistant to the Public Works Director, Tim, is celebrating his first year. Did you want to come up here, Tim? I need my step stool. So, Tim, congratulations. 1 year. Amazing. Just a little recognition. I will turn it over. Well, I don't know where to turn. John Stein or Eric Morimoto, who's our former Public Works Director, who is our new administrator. But I heard that you don't have your very own Village of Cary pin. I don't have mine. I took care of that for you. Okay? So don't say I never gave you. So maybe we can let
Sure.
say a couple things.
Yes, on behalf of the Public Works Department, I would say that Deputy Director Stein and I have been thrilled to have the addition of Tim and our staff. He has brought definitely a great energy to our department, a lot of fresh ideas, fresh perspectives. He is an engineer by trade. We always have a part of my heart for the engineers, but is much appreciated in the complex work that we do. Tim brings a Master's of Environmental Engineering, which he just recently received and worked hard to obtain while working full-time. So he definitely shows a lot of dedication and hard work, and that's going to progress and definitely benefit the village and its service to Cary. So we thank you, Tim, and all you do for us now, and we look forward to many, many more years and exciting contributions to all of our work we have in the future.
Oh, it's with mixed emotions. Ron Rossi. Come on up. Got the shiniest shoes in the place. Anyway, it's with mixed emotions that we let Ron go to the sunnier place in town at Arizona due to Kitty's wanting to move. But Ron is he is a staple in the village of Cary. He is well known throughout our downtown community. He is just a breath of fresh air, and I think a testament standing back there are men and women in blue who support you and who have learned from the value of your tenured service in policing. So I'll turn it over to our chief of police to really bolster you up.
I had to do a lot of research in regards to Ron. He has like the thinnest personnel file in the village. But I'd like to talk to you a little bit about Ron's service to his country, community, and the department. Ron was born in 1940. He's 83 years old. He doesn't look half that age. He was raised in Chicago, attended St. Philip's High School and Wright Junior College. He enlisted in the Army from June 1961 to June 1963. Initially, he was assigned to a post in Arlington Heights, but he was subsequently deployed to Germany, where he served in the Signal Corps. So both me and Ron share that. He was married to Kitty. He had children, and one of which was a Hoffman Estates police officer, is currently retired and now working for the state police. He served as a South Barrington police officer from 1980 to 2004 for 24 years. Interestingly enough, his reported beginning salary was $2.50 an hour. So he ended at $18 an hour. So his annual salary was $37,440. He then relocated to Fort Myers, Florida, where he was there for a year and a half and served as a school resource officer there. Then returned to Illinois and found a home in Cary. He was shortly assigned or employed as a utility service worker in the village of South Barrington, and then came to the village of Cary in July of 2011. His duties have included Metro parking enforcement, transporting and retrieving documents at the county building and CCOM, traffic direction, controlling traffic at special events, participating in parades, transporting items to and from the Illinois Crime Lab in Rockford, making bank runs, addressing abandoned autos, and our favorite phrase is other duties as assigned. He interacts very well with the public and has been recognized for his involvement at the Cary Park District Senior Center. He often responds to unhappy individuals in regards to parking enforcement actions, and he's able to disarm them with his charm. Ron legitimately enjoys serving the public and being a part of a law enforcement team. And Ron is a good example of someone that found his purpose and probably hasn't worked a day in his life. So Ron's last day will be June 16th, and there will be a lunch with cake then. There will be no cake today. But he will be relocating to Arizona, and he'll be closer to family members that are residing there. Ron, did you want to say anything? Yes. Can I talk from here? Sure. Well, we're going to do it this way then.
When I retired from South Barrington in 2004, I never thought in my wildest dreams I would have another law enforcement career. And when I joined Cary in 2011, it was like I was reborn again. I think primarily I don't know if it's my generation or not, but it was difficult just to say I don't want to work anymore. And getting the opportunity to work for the village of Cary and the Cary Police Department, working with officers like in the back and Chief Finland and Deputy Chief Chris and Deputy Chief Scott, I could never put any kind of a price tag on it. It was the greatest thing that ever happened to me in my law enforcement career. I had kind of goals, and I won't, but one of my goals was, my first goal was I wanted to work till I was 80 years old. Well, I made that. And then my kid said to me, "Are you done?" I said, "No, I got another one." So that was, I wanted to be with the department 10 years. Well, I made that. Now, because I'll be here 12 years in July. And my last goal was when I found out they were going to build a new police station, I wanted to be here because I wanted a new locker. The nice wide lockers. And I ended up with 3 of them, believe it or not. But I would like to thank everyone affiliated with the village, from the mayor to all the trustees, to everyone I get to work with every day. I can't tell you how rewarding it is. I said this before, if you love your job, you'll never work a day in your life. And I don't consider working for the village of Cary a job. I consider it an honor and a privilege. And that's the way I feel, and that's the way I felt with South Barrington. It was an honor and a privilege to work for the village of Cary. I am truly going to miss everyone. It was either I go to Arizona with my wife, or I'm going to be getting an apartment somewhere, because she wasn't planning not to go. So we already sold our home in Cary. We have a condo now we purchased in Phoenix, but I have my family there. My son, my daughter-in-law, my granddaughter, her husband. I have 2 great-grandsons, Maverick and Archie, and one's 2 years old. And I'm looking. That is my next goal, to go to Arizona. Whether I go to work or not, I don't know. But thank you very much, Mayor. I appreciate it. Thank you, Chief. Appreciate it. Thank you very much. Oh, thank you very much. Appreciate it.
I think we should just adjourn. You can't.
It just can't top that. Oh, my goodness. Wow. Ron, you will be missed, especially by me. I see him all the time downtown, so it's like, He'll always pull up right next to me. Wherever I'm walking, he'll also hit the car will creep up right next to me. Hey, Mayor! Yeah. Good luck to you. Good luck, Kitty. He's going to be around a lot more now. If you need a letter of recommendation. Thank you very much. Well, on to other business. Are there any trustee reports I need to be aware of? Thank you. We'll go ahead and go there. We are going to have a public hearing for the public right-of-way, our accessibility transition plan. Do you want me to read this whole thing? No. Does anybody here with regards to our accessibility plan?
Just as a quick note, the plan is available on our website to view. There is also a comment form. You are able to submit a comment related to the plan through July 31st this year. And then after that, we'll bring the plan back to the board for final approval.
So for the record, we're going to just say, we open the public hearing for comments. We can say we have any.
Okay. We opened for public comments at 6:19 for the public right-of-way accessibility transition plan. There are no public comments now. We've given the indication to where people can find out information through our website. So we'll go ahead and close the hearing at 6:20. Thank you. Moving on, I will entertain a motion to approve the consent agenda items A through L as shown on the village's website and is displayed on the video monitor during the village board meeting.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call, please.
McAlpine?
Yes.
Stefani?
Yes.
Collier?
Yes.
Weinhammer?
Yes.
Dudek?
Yes.
Walrath?
Yes.
Thank you. Administrator's report. Administrator Morimoto?
Nothing at this time, Mayor.
Department heads, Chief Finland?
Just in regards to our Special Olympics event, we at Dunkin' Donuts, we just raised a little bit under $5,000, and Deputy Chief Winkleman was kind of the spearhead in regards to that. So thank you for everyone that supported us, and we'll be doing it again next year.
Thank you. Assistant Public Works Director Stein?
Nothing this evening. Thank you.
Gosh, you're killing me. Director Simmons?
Just to reiterate, again, as mentioned this earlier this evening, the proposed public hearing for the proposed TIF district will be held on July 18th in the boardroom here at 6 p.m. That evening. So if the public does have concerns, they are able to come out to that meeting. But also in the meantime, if there are questions that individuals have, they're welcome to contact the Community Development Department as well for additional questions or answers regarding the proposed TIF. Happy to meet with anybody to review what the potential impacts would be for their property.
Thank you. Any future agenda items in discussion by the village board? None said. I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? We are adjourned at 6:21.